of this presentation is to raise awareness regarding foster care. We would like you to understand the purpose and show you how accessible it is to make a difference in a child's life, and how that impact can drastically change lives. Specifically, we will look at foster care in Vermont. What is foster care? According to the Vermont State Department of Children and Families, you can help make sure children are safe and well cared for while they can't be at home, and support parents as they work towards safely reunifying with their children. When unification is not possible, you may get the opportunity to provide a permanent home for a child in your care. There are various reasons that children end up in DCF custody and into the foster care system. These can include drug use, abuse and neglect, homelessness, and many others. The hope is, if possible, to reunite the child with their biological parents, giving them some time to get the help they need. However, you can make a difference by becoming a foster parent and providing a child with a safe and secure home while they are going through this traumatic situation. Photo credit goes to DCF Vermont. Here's a little background on foster care in the United States. Foster care originated many years ago when ancient Greek and Roman societies would offer compensation by a ruler when a child needed to be taken in by relatives due to a death in the family. In the United States, foster care started to take the form when well-to-do families took in poor or orphan children and used them for domestic services. The foster care system really began to take shape in 1853 in New York as orphan trains. These trains resettled over 120,000 children from the East Coast to the Midwest because they were homeless and neglected. Charles Loring Brains was considered the father of foster care and is credited with starting these orphan trains. In 1884, Pennsylvania passed the first law requiring that families who would like to take in foster children needed to be licensed by the state. In 1935, grants for children were offered to inspected homes prior to placement, and this is how our modern foster care system was born. Picture credits go to history.com. The foster care system in Vermont is complex and is governed by an extensive web of federal and state laws as well as numerous policies and rules. These policies and rules can be overwhelming to a potential foster parent. However, the state of Vermont has developed an easy-to-read and accessible guide that explains the processes and expectations of becoming a foster parent. A link to this guide is in the description below. The Vermont Department of Children and Families, otherwise known as DCF, has a Family Service Division who oversees our state's foster care system. Photo credit goes to the Burlington, Vermont City Moms blog. The Family Services Division provides protection orders against abused, neglected, and the exploitation of vulnerable adults and children. This division is spread throughout the state in 12 different locations who are responsible for providing services to all of Vermont. Within the system, there are 6 different units responsible for the placement of over 1,400 children annually. Here are some statistics regarding foster care in Vermont as of 2017. Obviously, the number of children in foster care in Vermont will change daily. However, compared to the nation, we in Vermont have a higher rate of children in foster care, which means we have a higher need for foster families. Roughly 10.6 children out of every 1,000 are in foster care in the state of Vermont. Photo credit goes to childtrends.org. As mentioned previously, there are many complicated laws, policies, and rules that govern foster care here in Vermont. These are in place to ensure the welfare and safety of the child. The Family Services Division cover over 100 policies that regulate everything from administrative issues to staff safety and child well-being. Don't worry if you're a little confused. You will be trained on these laws prior to welcoming a child into your home. Here's where you can help. Lots of adults are eligible to become a foster parent. Vermont makes this process as easy as possible by following a simple protocol. You must be at least 21 years old, and you can either be single, married, living with your partner, or in a civil union. To become a foster parent, first you'll need to contact the Vermont Family Services Department. They will give you an application. Once that is turned in, they will do a background check on you and all members of your household 16 years and older. After that is completed, a social worker will inspect your home. If you are deemed to have an eligible home, you will then be able to take a Foundations for Kinship and Foster Care training. Once this training is complete, you will then receive your license, which is renewed annually. There are state supports to help aid foster families. Besides the incredible act of helping to provide a safe and secure home for a child, the state of Vermont will provide a stipend to help with the cost of food and care. This stipend will vary depending on the child's needs and the level of training of the foster parent. Foster children are eligible for free school meals, and if the foster child is under 5, they are eligible for free services through the Vermont Department of Health. Child care is also available if the foster parent is out of the home and working. Medical insurance is covered through the biological parent or Medicare. There are many resources available for foster parents, including mentorship programs, respite care, and additional trainings. There are many reasons to become a foster parent, much more that we can dive in during a 10-minute video. However, if you are able and willing to take in a foster child, you'll be giving that child something they may never get, a chance just to be a child. If you're not in a position to become a foster parent in a licensed foster care home, you can still help. Consider being respite care for foster parents. You become a ward of the state, and you can help foster parents out in an emergency. This could be a short-term care or another safe space for a child if the foster parents need a break. You can donate any clothing, diapers, school supplies, sporting equipment, toys, passes, or tickets to local attraction to your local family service office. Ask foster families how you can help. Maybe provide a ride or help with chores around the house. Prepare a meal for the family. Help foster a child who is preparing to leave the home. Guide and assist them with finding an apartment, getting them started with a job, or possibly even going to college. Volunteer in a program such as Big Brothers and Big Sisters. And finally, advocate for foster care. Share this information with local organizations to reach potential families who may be considering foster care. They may need more information and understand that there's a lot can be done to help these children who have a right to a safe and secure home. Here are some common questions that we hope will help you out. How does a foster parent manage a child's relationship with his or her birth parents and other relatives? Well, it depends on the situation. Most visitations are arranged by a caseworker, and according to the license regulations for foster homes in Vermont, foster parents shall support the efforts to establish and maintain ties between the foster children and their parents as specific in their case plan. Foster parents shall not deny the foster child plan visits with their parent or guardian as specific by court action or their case plan, and foster parents shall cooperate with the child placing agency in case planning and in carrying out their case plan. Do I have to meet with my foster child's caseworker? Yes, the child is a ward of the state of Vermont, and the caseworker is a representative of the state. Does Vermont provide a respite care for foster parents? The state of Vermont provides financial respite care assistance. Short term is very easy, but a 2-week vacation can be a little tougher. What are my rights and responsibilities in dealing with my foster child's teachers in school? The short answer is a foster parent should be involved in the child's schooling as they would be their own children. However, if you want more information, please click on the link in the description below. After I have a foster child in my home, what kind of paperwork do I need to fill out? There are required forms for financial reimbursement, which can be followed in the link below. Foster homes in Vermont are also required to be re-licensed yearly. What types of support are provided by the state of Vermont for foster parents? Here are 2 links in the description below that are helpful to find resources and support in the state of Vermont. These include financial support, child care, medical, access to mentoring programs, and additional benefits. This slide provides the district offices that are in Vermont that you can contact today to start the process to help foster a child. These links were provided before, but if you are considering helping out or are curious about becoming a foster parent, we highly recommend that you check out these links. They will provide information ranging from providing helpful tips and newsletters to how to manage social media with a foster child. Thank you for taking the time to listen. You can make a positive difference in a child's life by opening your home to provide a stable and safe environment for a child. Even if you are unable to open your home, you can still participate in helping Vermont's foster care situation.